Please welcome three-time Pro Bowler, Super Bowl champion, and former New Orleans Saints, Tyrann Mathieu.
New Orleans, stand up. This is Monster Jam. Let's go.
You ready? This is JCB Racing. 12 drivers have been seeded into the bracket, but 4 of our fastest drivers from last weekend's event have an automatic buy-in into round 2. But first up, 8 trucks go head-to-head. Only 4 can make it to the second round. Who's ready for JCB Racing? Come on!
Let's take a look at the JCB Racing competition. Now we see Black Pearl is getting hooked out in the back. Casey, let's talk a little bit about what potentially might be going on.
Well, as of right now, Kay, we're not exactly sure what happened on the track. They already fired Black Pearl when they took him from the track back to the pit area to get ready for the event. But all of a sudden, when he comes out to the track for intros, he is dead on the track. He cannot refire the truck. So as you can see, they've got him hooked. He's already at the tunnel. They're going to take him back to the pit area. This is what we were talking about earlier today when we said that we are right in the middle of this series on the chase for the series championship. And right now, the trucks are tired. They are fatigued. It could be an electrical issue. We're not sure. As soon as we hear something, we're absolutely going to update all of our fans.
Thank you so much, Casey. And of course, we'll let you know exactly what's going on with Black Pearl. We're going to continue on, though, with our next head-to-head matchup. In the blue lane, make some noise for Caleb Blood, Sparkle Smash. And racing out of the red lane, give it up for Corey Rummel, Ringling Bailey Circuit. Ringling Bailey Circuit is 1-0 in head-to-heads against Sparkle Smash as they get ready to go head-to-head. Advancing on Caleb Blood, Sparkle Smash. That final turn, Ringling Bailey Circuit gets caught up, takes a tumble on that final turn. Caleb Blood and Sparkle Smash is able to cross the finish line and take full advantage of that. Take a look at the super glue glued to the action replay. Just gets caught up on that tacky track. Caleb Blood and Sparkle Smash move on. We'll await that official time here, brought to you by our Monster Jam timing system. Time is locked in, a 17.134 for Sparkle Smash.
Monster Jam fans, Jabari back in the stands, and I'm here with Brady. You got some friends with you. Well, you know what? I got something really cool for you guys. Backstage passes to meet all your favorite Monster Jam truck drivers. I know, right? Okay, but first, you have to play this trivia question, all right? Let's see who we have.
Hey, Monster Jam fans, you don't want to hear this time to play
Okay, Brady. 12,000 feathers doesn't sound right. Yeah. So what are you thinking?
I'm thinking it's C.
How about you?
C.
C? Okay, you too?
C.
All right, let's see if you're right. C. Backstage passes to go see all your favorite Monster Jam truck drivers. Let's give a round of applause for being so brave. And Nola, you ready for more Monster Jam? Get loud, let me hear ya!
Let's take a look at our JCB Racing bracket, and of course, Ringling Bailey Circuit out. Sparkle Smash moves on to round 2. Of course, we saw Black Pearl go head to the back as well. Our third head-to-head matchup will be El Toro Loco taking on Tech Deck Rec Deck. And then we'll wrap things up with Son of a Digger taking on Vendetta. You can see Gravedigger, Zombie, Shell Shocked, and Wildside have that automatic advancement into round 2. They were the 4 fastest from last weekend's event in Anaheim, California. And they had an automatic advancement there into round 2. We're going to get ready here in just a moment for our third head-to-head matchup. And it's already been a crazy first round, as we're going to get set to see who will take on Shell Shocked in just a moment. Shell Shocked doing very well. Dalton Widener has been in round 2 for the last few weeks. The 2024 Rising Star Award winner. Wildside, your 2024 World Finals Racing champion. Of course, we have Zombie up there and Gravedigger there in the round 2 matchups with those automatic advancements. A big shout out to our JCB Dirt Squad, of course. JCB, the official equipment provider of not only this weekend's Monster Jam, but all of them across the country and around the world. Continuing on, racing out of the blue lane, get loud for Bryce Kenny, Tech Deck, Rec Deck. And his opponent racing out of the red lane. Make some noise for Jamie Garner, El Toro Loco. This is a first-time head-to-head meeting here in the season. The winner will move on to see Dalton Widener and Shell Shocked in round 2. We've got El Toro Loco to the line first, waiting on the arrival of Tech Deck Rec Deck. Tech Deck, Rec Deck, and once again in that red lane, that final turn. Wow, another rollover. It is tacky on that red corner, that final turn, and we see another rollover here. Tech Deck, Rec Deck, though, advancing on. Take a look at the super glue glued to the action replay. I know there has got to be a massive rut down there that might be catching on those treads of those BKT tires. A 17.062, and that is the fastest time of the night so far, clocked in by Bryce Kenny and Tech Deck Rec Deck.
Well, this track is proving to be really tricky at the moment, and we mentioned this earlier when we were catching up with John Gordon, driver of Megalodon, but every time we go to a new city and do a new event on the weekend, we use local dirt. And if you joined us earlier today in the Monster Jam pit party and you were walking on the track, you will have noticed that the dirt here doesn't break apart lightly. It doesn't have a sandy texture. Instead, it does have more of that thick clay-like consistency, which lends itself to being more tacky. Now, we want to get a replay of El Toro Loco coming around that final corner and talk about what exactly is happening. On the big BKT tires, you'll see these large treads, and that is meant to gain traction. But so far, both races that have been run in this lane, coming around that final corner, the tires get a little bit too much traction, and the truck ends up rolling over. This is where lane choice becomes very important, having that faster pass time, because if the right lane ends up being the winning lane when it comes to Monster Jam racing, it could literally come down to that. Who has the fastest pass time going into the final, and who's going to get their hands on that right lane? So this is something that we're going to have to keep our eyes on as we make our way through the bracket, because as we know, track conditions change round to round to round. So it's going to be tricky conditions, but the driver that navigates it correctly will take home the first 12 points of the night.
Casey, thank you so much for that insight. We're going to take a look again at our JCB Racing competition bracket. We're going to see the final head-to-head matchup there. Son of a Digger taking on Vendetta. Hopefully we'll get word on what's going on with Megalodon going up against Black Pearl. Remember, Black Pearl was not able to fire after the intros and was headed back. We'll see if Megalodon and John Gordon can advance on, or we'll see Black Pearl take on Megalodon here in round one. What a crazy round one so far here in JCB Racing. The tacky track proving to be the biggest obstacle for all of our drivers. Don't forget to scan the QR code and donate to the children and families of St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. I think we've got well over 35,000 fans here, and if you all only donated $1, we could raise an incredible amount of money this weekend. Scan that QR code, donate $1, donate $2, whatever you can, and you can donate on behalf of your favorite Monster Jam driver. During Freestyle, we will crown a St. Jude ambassador of the event. We're going to continue on here in JCB Racing, round one. In the blue lane, give it up for Ryan Anderson, son of a digger. And in the red lane, let's get loud for Mike Christensen, Vendetta. Vendetta is 2-1 against Ryan Anderson and son of a digger here this season as they get ready to the line outside. Yellow lights for both of our drivers. 2 yellow lights. They'll be looking for green. And your winner is Ryan Anderson, son of a digger. You can see down that red turn, the final turn, Vendetta kind of takes that turn gingerly around that final turn very cautiously so that he doesn't roll over. But in the end, it does cost him the win. Ryan Anderson and son of a digger takes full advantage, gets the win, and clocks in the fastest time of the night so far, 16.964. We've got John Gordon coming to the line representing Megalodon, and I'm getting word that we're putting Black Pearl and Cole Vennard on the 60-second clock. He's got 60 seconds to return back into the competition. John Gordon, Megalodon already out there on the track as time is ticking down here. Keep in mind, Black Pearl is 1-0 in head-to-heads against John Gordon and Megalodon. The winner would see Tyler Menninga and Gravedigger, who has the best racing record right now here for Stadium Championship Series West in round two. But don't count John Gordon out. He has a racing win this season. Time is ticking down, 21 seconds left for Team Black Pearl. We will see if he's able to make it back or hopefully get a word on what is going on. He's been plagued with some issues throughout the season as time continues to go down. Time has expired. John Gordon and Megalodon automatically advance into round two. So Megalodon automatically advances into round two to see Tyler Menninga and Gravedigger. Zombie will be taking on Sparkle Smash. Shell Shock will be taking on Tech Deck Wreck Deck. And Wildside will be taking on Son of a Digger.
Nola! This is round two of JCB Racing. Our fastest 4 drivers have made it to this round. Now they're going to be competing against the 4 fastest drivers from last weekend's event, but only 4 can make it to the semifinal round. Let me hear you, Nola, if you're ready for more JCB Racing.
In the blue lane, give it up for Tyler Menninga, Gravedigger. And racing out of the red lane, makes a noise for John Gordon, Megalodon. Gravedigger is 4-2 against Megalodon this season. The winner will move on to your JCB semifinal round. Megalodon gets pushed to the red lane. We'll see how he can react to that final turn. Gravedigger in the blue lane. We're gonna get set to go green. Your winner is Tyler Menega, Gravedigger. Incredible, that red lane, absolutely treacherous for our Monster Jam drivers. Tyler Menega and Gravedigger is your winner. The huge tumble and roll for John Gordon and Megalodon. It is tacky out there on that final turn. A 17.434 for Tyler Menega and Gravedigger. He advances on to your semifinal round.
I got you. Monster Jam fans, I'm here with Amy, and somebody has a birthday. Who's with you? Luke, how you doing, man? You know what? Your mom is going to try to win you something very cool, but we're going to play something called Finish the Lyric, Hakuna Matata. If you know this, everybody help along and sing along. DJ. Sing it. Right here.
Hakuna Matata.
Yeah, y'all sound beautiful. I got something for you. Happy birthday, kiddo. That was spinning. Finish the lyrics.
John Gordon, Megalodon heads out to the back, the red lane. Not faring well for our drivers here during JCB racing, the third tumble we've seen here. Gravedigger advances on to your JCB semifinal round, clocks in a time of 17.434, and you've got to wonder what is going through the minds of our drivers here. Lane choice will be absolutely the most important thing here throughout the rest of the rounds of racing. We're going to continue on here for the first time here tonight in the blue lane. It's Bori Musauer, Zombie. And advancing on into round two there in the red lane, we've got Kayla Blood, Sparkle Smash. We will see how Kayla Blood and Sparkle Smash navigates the red lane, Zombie in the blue lane. The winner of this matchup needs to get a time faster than 17.434 for lane choice. She advances on. Louisiana gods must be on her side. She advances on once again. We see the first rollover in the blue lane. This is incredible. Take a look at the super glue glued to the action replay. Zombie was in the lead following that final turn. Gets caught up. Kayla Blood and Sparkle Smash takes the win. Let's take a look at the time, 17.277. She will have lane choice in your semifinal round. Casey, I want to bring you into this conversation. What are we seeing right now? What is going on?
Well, Kay, if it's not one lane, then it's the other. First off, let's just talk about the lane that has been consistently the problem lane until this last race, We're going to talk about the red lane or the left lane. I was talking with Matt Del Santo, crew chief of Tech Deck Rec Deck, and he said that when there's a tacky area on the track, especially if it's a corner, that can be a really big problem because where the tacky area is, if you look at that little turn pod, it's right where the last corner is. All of the drivers are hugging that turn pod as close as they can because they can't drift to the corners because it's too tacky, so they're trying to cut the corner. And because they're all taking the exact same track, it's literally carving a groove or a rut right there in that same place, which is why it's catching all the tires. They're getting too much traction and they're rolling. But what a surprise when in the other lane, Bari Musauer, driver of Zombie, has the exact same problem, but on the other side. So, Kay, I think something that we have to think about is that, yes, this has been a wild bracket when it comes to Monster Jam Racing, but what is this going to mean for the skills challenge? When drivers roll, it puts pressure on axles, on planetaries, on four-link bars. So all those trucks that have rolled are going to be headed to the back. They're going to be checked over to make sure that they are good to go for the skills competition. What a wild ride this racing competition has been.
Absolutely. Our JCB Dirt Squad out there right now fixing that red lane, kind of turning up the soil, trying to maybe make it a little bit less tacky, a little more smoother for all of our drivers here. They're heading to the back now, so we'll see if that changes anything when it comes to lane choice. And like you said, Casey, that blue lane now giving some problems to our drivers. So the mind games right now has to be playing pretty heavy on all of our drivers as we continue on here with JCB Racing. Sparkle Smash will have lane choice in your JCB semifinal round against Tyler Menninga and Gravedigger. We're going to continue on here with our JCB Racing round 2. Racing out of the blue lane, makes a noise for Dolnweiler, Shell Shocked. And advancing on into round 2 in the red lane, we've got Bryce Kenny and Tech Deck Rec Deck. Shell Shocked is 2-1 against Tech Deck Rec Deck this season. Shell Shock decides to go to the blue lane, pushes Tech Deck Rec Deck to the red lane. We'll see how Bryce Kenny and Tech Deck Rec Deck navigate the red track. We'll be waiting for both of them to get ready to the starting line. All of those lights turning purple. They're going to restage themselves. They're going to be looking for the outside yellow light. It means our drivers need to head to the starting line. When they see 2 yellow lights, it means they're staged and ready to go, and they'll be looking for the entire lighting tree to go green. It is Dolnweiler, Shell Shocked, advancing on. Bryce Kenny and Tech Deck Rec Deck makes a major save in that final turn. It looked like he was almost going to catch and flip, was able to save it. That cost him the win, though, and Shell Shocked takes the win. Take a look at the Super Glue Glue to the action replay there. Dolnweiler and Shell Shocked advance on with a time of 16.825, fastest time of the night so far. This is our final head-to-head matchup in round 2. For the first time here tonight in the blue lane, makes a noise for Zach Garner, wild side. And in the red lane, advancing on into round 2, we've got Ryan Anderson, son of a digger. Zach Gardner and Wildside is 2-1 against Ryan Anderson and Son of a Digger this 2026 season. And Son of a Digger to the line very quickly, waiting for the arrival of Wildside and Zach Garner. The winner will take on Shell Shocked. Your winner, Zach Garner, Wildside. We will see what the official time is for Zach Gardner and Wildside here in just a moment. And I thought Ryan Anderson had this turn and then just gets hooked up there at the final. Tries to save it. Zach Gardner Wildside is your winner. We'll see who have lane choice in the semifinal round. A 19.615. And it will be Shell Shocked and Dalton Widener with lane choice here in the JCB semifinal round.
Monster Jam fans, and with JP, and we're going to play something really cool. I got a prize for you. I think you'll really love it, okay? But first, we're going to play sliding trivia. Check out the Monster Jam video board. Now, the question is, I need glasses. How much horsepower does a Monster Jam truck have? There it is. Okay, so here's what's going to happen. You're going to see the slider down there at the bottom. It's going to slowly slide to the right. You have to tell it to stop when you know the answer to how much horsepower a Monster Jam truck has. Okay, you ready? Let's do it.
Stop.
Oh, okay, all right. Got a little slide in that. All right, that's cool, though. Let's look and see if you're right, because I have a really big prize for you if you got this right. Oh, 1,500, that's great enough. I'll tell you what. Hold on a second. Let me see what I got here. Woo-wee. I got you a Megalodon Low C RC. Congrats for winning that, being brave. You guys can get your Low C as well, lowc.com. Let's give a round of applause for playing sliding trivia.
It has been an interesting JCB racing competition. We see the semifinal rounds are set. Gravedigger will be taking on Sparkle Smash. Sparkle Smash has lane choice. Shell Shock will be taking on Wildside, and Shell Shock will have lane choice in your JCB semifinal round. So keep that in mind. Shell Shock and Sparkle Smash both having lane choice. Will they take the blue lane?
New Orleans, this is the semifinal round of JCB Racing. Our fastest 4 drivers have made it to this round, but only 2 can make it to the final round. Who's ready for more JCB Racing? Who dat?
Our first head-to-head matchup here in the semifinal round. In the blue lane, we've got Caleb Blood and Sparkle Smash. And in the red lane, it's Tyler Meninga and Gravedigger. Caleb Blood and Sparkle Smash with lane choice goes to the blue lane, pushes Gravedigger out to the red lane. We'll see how these two battle it out. The winner will move on to your JCB Racing final round. What a race between these two, and wow, what driving skill here for Tyler Meninga and Gravedigger, able to navigate that red lane and not roll over and also take the win. Incredible. Let's take a look at the official time, a 17.107. This is our final head-to-head matchup in our JCB semifinal round. In the blue lane, we have Dalton Widener and Shell Shocked. In the red lane, we have Wildside's Zach Garner. The winner will take on Gravedigger in your JCB Racing final round. The winner of this matchup needs to get a time faster than 17.107, and that is going to be very crucial when it comes to this final round. Staging lights lit for both of our competitors here. The outside yellow lights for both of our drivers. Wildside heading to the starting line first, followed by Shell Shocked. They are ready, they are set, let's go! to your Monster Jam timing system. That red lane looking pretty good now. Your super glued to the action replay. Who do you think your winner is? It is Zach Garner Wildside. 17.001. He will have lane choice in your JCB Racing final round.
Here we go. This is the final round of JCB Racing. Our fastest two drivers have made it to this round, but only one can win JCB Racing. Who's ready to meet your final contenders?
Racing out of the blue lane. He's a two-time World Finals champion from Oskaloosa, Iowa. It's Tyler Menninga, Gravedigger. Racing out of the red lane, he's your 2024 World Finals Racing Champion from Fortville, Indiana. It's Zach Garner Wildside. Zach Garner Wildside with lane choice chooses the red lane. It has been problematic, but he chooses it. You've got to wonder what the mind games are right now. Gravedigger to the line first, followed by Wildside. Let's go racing! What a race! What a final round! Incredible! Gravedigger gets caught on the final turn. Zach Garner Wildside tries to figure it out, punches it at the very end. Your winner is Zach Garner Wildside! Zach Garner Wildside is your JCB Racing winner. What an emotional roller coaster for all of the drivers, for all of us watching here in attendance. A sub 17 seconds for Wildside, and Zach Garner, he claims the first 12 points of the night. Take a look how close this race was up on the video board. About a half a tire length.
What a wild racing competition. I have one word to describe the track conditions out here. Treacherous. What was going through your mind as you chose the more problematic lane going into the racing final?
You know, after that second round pass against Ryan, I knew watching him roll over, I was like, uh-oh, and I kind of panicked, hit the turn pod, and ended up all over the place. Then when Dalton put me in that left lane, I was like, maybe this might be the ticket all the way to the finals, and it actually was. That lane was treacherous, but it had so much forward bite coming out of the turn, it was absolutely amazing.
Well, we're going to keep that momentum rolling as we head into the skills competition coming up next. We know that tacky track conditions are not optimal when it comes to racing, but they are perfect for the skills challenge.
You know what? For the skills challenge, it's going to allow us to do so many crazy maneuvers that we can't do on the slick tracks, like the bicycles, the moonwalks, maybe some double taps and some stoppies. But you know what, New Orleans? You guys are going to have to get loud, get crazy to see what we do in these Monster Jam trucks. Let's go, New Orleans!
Let's hear it for Cole Bernard, the Black Pearl. Right now, it is up to you to score this competition. Take out your phones, judgeszone.com, your city code NEW. You have 20 seconds to lock in those scores now.
Cole Bernard of the Black Pearl goes for the big wheelie. Big sky wheelie, too, and a nice little bounce save there as well. Get those scores locked in, judgeszone.com for Black Pearl. First time we're seeing him out on the track. Scores are locked. Your score for Black Pearl, 7.004. Let's take a look at the Super Glue glued to the action replay. We see a picture of Barbie Sour and Zombie as well. Super Glue glued to the action replay. He goes and lifts it off that big lip, off the ski jump, gets some nice height. And then you see that back BKT tire bounce. Able to land it though, not a rollover yet. Our second driver coming up is Corey Rummel, Ringling Bailey Circuit.
Let's hear it for Corey Rummel, Ringling Bailey Circuit. 20 seconds on the clock. Locking those scores. Judgeszone.com.
Kicks those back tires off the lip of the ski jump on the Super Glue glued to the action replay. Goes into a little bit of a nose wheelie back into the moonwalk. Get those scores locked in at judgeszone.com for Ringling Bailey Circuit and Corey Rummel. His teammate Bailey Circuit out on the track as well. Scores are locked. Your score for Ringling Bailey Circuit is 8.242. We got a new leader. Up next, it is Jamie Garner, El Toro Loco.
Let's hear it for Jamie Garner, El Toro Loco. 20 seconds on the clock. Let's lock in those scores. Judgeszone.com.
Reverse popper up into the wheelie, up the racing ramp. For Jamie Garner and El Toro Loco, the Super Glue glued to the action replay up on the video board. Get those scores locked in. Our third competitor of our Monster Jam Skills Challenge. The score to beat, Ringling Bailey Circuit, 8.242. Your score for El Toro Loco is 6.692. Our fourth competitor to hit the track, it's Mike Christensen, Vendetta.
Let's hear it for Mike Christensen, Vendetta. 20 seconds on the clock. Let's lock in those scores. Judgeszone.com.
Pop her back into the moonwalk for Mike Christensen and Vendetta as we take a look at the replay brought to you by the original Super Glue. Use those replays to get those scores locked in at Judgeszone.com. As time ticks down, you've got about 3 seconds left for our fourth competitor of our Monster Jam Skills Challenge. Scores are locked. Your score for Vendetta is, you gave him a 5.139. Up next, we got John Gordon, Megalodon.
Oh, John Gordon, Megalodon. 20 seconds on the clock. Let's lock in those scores. Judgeszone.com.
One of the best attempts I've seen from John Gordon and Megalodon this season. It is the bicycle, rides it on the sidewall, transfers it to the left, gets a little bit of a save, then goes back into the sidewall donut, half a donut, and then just doesn't have enough left in the tank to save it. Great attempt. Scores are locked. Your score to beat Ringling Bailey Circuit 8.242. Your score for Megalodon is 7.374. Good enough for second currently.
Monster Jam fans, I'm here in the stands hanging out with Jude on her birthday, so I have some cool prizes for you both. But first, we're going to play this game called Head-to-Head Showdown. You have to name as many animals. You have to beat this driver as many animals as you can. Let's see who we have on the board. Could not get that squirrel in there, Bari. Okay, so Mama's going to help you out. We're going to name as many animals as we can. 15 seconds. Go.
Dog, cat, fish, turtle, snake, kangaroo, otter, penguin, tiger, lion.
I think you got it. She got it. Oh, boy. I have something very cool for you. $50 gift certificate to Texas Roadhouse Steakhouse. They're our proud sponsors this evening. Let's give June a round of applause for being so brave. Head-to-head showdown.
We want to give a big shout out and thank you to Texas Roadhouse. You can receive a free appetizer. Scan the QR code right now to receive a free appetizer on behalf of Texas Roadhouse, a proud sponsor of this weekend's Monster Jam. Thank you to Texas Roadhouse. For our next driver up, take a look at the video board. Make some noise for Zach Garner, wild side. Throwing down a nice combination move as you get those scores locked in. Take a look at the replay. Kicks it off the Morgan & Morgan backflip ramp into the nose wheelie, and then does a little bit of a pogo bounce. Scoring is open for all of you fans. The code NEW. If you've not started scoring, this is a perfect time to get those scores locked in for the first time here. Scores are in. Your score for wild side is, wow, a 7.864. That currently puts him in the second spot. Up next, we got Tyler Menninga, Grave Digger. And getting the official word, he will have one more attempt left here.
Let's hear it for Tyler Menninga, Grave Digger. 20 seconds on the clock, locking those scores, judgeszone.com.
Let's take a look at this replay. It is the bicycle, rides it on the sidewall, and then it looks like he does a hard brake check, tries to transfer it. That is the attempt for Tyler Menninga and Grave Digger. Scores are locked in. Your score to beat Ring Lane Bailey Circuit, 8.242. Your score for Grave Digger is, you gave him a 6.896. Up next, we got Dalton Widener, Shell Shocked. Keep an eye out on that window of Shell Shocked while he's in the popper. There is the steering wheel out. It is on the ground.
Let's hear for Dalton Widener, Shell Shocked. 20 seconds on the clock, locking those scores now.
There he is, no steering wheel being used in the making of that attempt. Get those scores locked in. Judgeszone.com. Oh, representing the Pelicans. Okay. Fun fact, he actually played college football, so he's a big sports fan out here. Scores are locked in. All right, your score to beat, Ringling Bailey Circuit, 8.242. Dalton, you ready to see your score? Let's see it. 8.959. We got a new leader, Shell Shocked. Let's take a look at the Super Glue Glued to the Action replay. It is the popper off the racing ramp into the nose wheelie, balancing it out on those front tires. Then you see the steering wheel come out of the window, throws it out on the ground, goes back into a reverse popper, combination after combination, and this is the attempt that puts him in the top spot. Let's take a look at our Skills Challenge leaderboard. Dalton Widener and Shell Shock now, your score to beat, followed by Ringling Bailey Circuit, Wildside, Megalodon, Black Pearl, and Gravedigger. Round out your top 6. Let's keep things moving here with our next driver, Caleb Blood, Sparkle Smash.
Let's hear it for Caleb Blood, Sparkle Smash. What did you think of our Louisiana native? Let us know, Judgeszone.com.
She uses the metal kicker ramp, gets on those front tires with the popper, and then goes back into the moonwalk. Get those scores locked in, Judgeszone.com, for our driver, Caleb Blood, and Sparkle Smash. Scores are in. Your score for Sparkle Smash, 5.889. So that puts her in the 8th spot here as we take a look at the replay. Uses the metal kicker, gets on those front tires, moves it back into the moonwalk. We have a couple more drivers left before you crown a winner. Up next, we've got Ryan Anderson, son of a digger. He will be able to redo his attempt here for the Skills Challenge. One more attempt remaining.
Oh, Ryan Anderson, son of a digger. Celebrating 15 years in Son of a Digger. What did you think? Let us know, Judgeszone.com.
Take a look at the replay. The bicycles it up into the next racing ramp and uses the side of the ramp to catch himself up into the popper, but just gets caught on the corner of the racing ramp, not able to save it. Super glue glued to the action replay. Get those scores locked in. Scores are in. Your score for Son of a Digger is 7.871.
Well, we want to take a second to get inside the mind of one of our drivers. It's Corey Rummel, driver of Ringling Bailey Circuit. Now, Corey, now that you had a little bit more seat time out there on the track, what was going through your mind as you hit the track for the skills competition?
Oh, you know what? I knew that it was going to be a wild two-wheel skills today because in racing I had a little bit of problems with rolling over, so I knew this dirt was tacky, man. So I was like, you know what? Let me just try something. And you know what? Go ahead. And no, it absolutely turned out awesome. You know, this dirt is absolutely amazing for awesome skills like Ryan just did right there. I mean, this is amazing dirt for that, man. And I don't even know how many more trucks are left, but I can't wait to see what they got up their sleeves.
Talk to us about how, as a driver, one of the things that you have to have is you can't always plan for exactly how it's going to feel out there on the track. You have to adjust in real time when you're in the competition.
Oh, 1,000%. You know, in these trucks, I mean, everything is moving so fast. You got to be on your toes each and every time. You never know what these Monster Jam trucks are going to do. And you know what? That's what makes it so exciting. I mean, that's just what we live for, is the excitement for this. So it's definitely an amazing experience, and I can't wait, like I said, to see what the next guys do.
Now, Corey, we love the action that's taking place out there on the track, but how incredible are these New Orleans fans?
I tell you what, I haven't been here in years, and I almost forgot how amazing and loud you guys are, man. This Superdome absolutely shows up each and every time. I mean, just listen to these people in the back. Absolutely incredible. Woo!
Take a look at our leaderboard. Dalton Weiner and Shell Shock still currently in the lead, 8.9 to 5.9. That is the score to beat. Followed by Corey Rummel and Ringling Bailey Circuit. Ryan Anderson and Son of a Digger rounds out your top three. Our next driver coming to the track, Bryce Kenny, Tech Deck, Rec Deck.
Trucks up the price. Let's hear it for Bryce Kenny. Tech Deck, Rec Deck. 20 seconds on the clock, locking those scores now.
Kicks it off the lip of the ski jump into the popper into a nose wheelie, almost the half length of the track. Get those scores locked in at judgeszone.com as we take a look at that replay. Brought to you by the original Super Glue, our second to last driver here of our skills challenge. We'll see if he can take the lead. It'll be up to you, the fans here at judgeszone.com. Scores are locked. Your score for Tech Deck Rec Deck is a good score, 8.291, puts him currently in second. He is our final driver up. Get those zombie arms moving for Barry Musauer, Zombie.
Cherry Booshauer, Zombie. Locking those scores, 20 seconds on the clock.
He's our final competitor of our Monster Jam Skills Challenge. He goes for the slap wheelie. Get those scores locked in. We'll see who the winner will be. It'll be between Shell Shocked and Zombie. Your score to beat is Shell Shocked, 8.959. Will the winner be Zombie or Shell Shocked? Your score for Zombie is 8.180. Your winner of the Monster Jam Skills Challenge, Dalton Widener, Shell Shocked.
Dalton, congratulations on your second Skills Challenge win of the 2026 season. Your run was all about control, from standing the truck up on the nose, transferring that weight, steering wheel out the window. It wowed the fans.
Oh, man, it felt amazing. I've been working on combo moves like that for a long, long time, and, man, that felt like the smoothest one I've done yet. And, man, it was awesome to do it here in the great state of Louisiana in New Orleans. My girlfriend's parents, they lived here for a little while, and, man, I'm repping these colors proud. You know, it's part of their history, so I'm trying to make it a part of mine as well. Woo!
Now, as we move into the competition that everybody is waiting to see, Monster Jam Freestyle, what is it going to take in that competition for you to secure your first freestyle victory of 2026?
Oh, man, I'm going in a pretty prime spot. I'm fifth out, so, you know, I'm just going to have to let my hair down and see what happens with this big old 12,000-pound turtle. It hasn't been rolled over yet, but, man, today might be the day, New Orleans. But guess what? I'll make you a deal. The louder you get, the wilder I'll get. So let's have a good time. Woo!
We've reached the pinnacle of today's event. New Orleans, this is Monster Jam Freestyle!
We are at 50 seconds left on the clock for Ringling Bailey Circuit.
Show?
20 seconds left. And lands the Morgan & Morgan backflip with no front tires left.
Oh, you ready to rumble? Corey Rumble, everybody, driver of Ringling Bailey Circuit. Scoring is open, 20 seconds. Let's lock in those scores. JudgesZone.com.
First lost the front right And then it looked like when he landed the Morgan & Morgan backflip, he might have lost the front left as well. Definitely you can see the drive shaft down on the track. Corey Rummel, Ringling Bailey Circuit. What a way to start things here on our skills challenge, or excuse me, our freestyle. Scores are locked. Your score for Ringling Bailey Circuit is 8.806. Let's take a look at our super glued to the action replay. That front left tire looks still good intact, but you see the drive shaft, I believe, down there as well. Front right tire still goes for the backflip. Able to land it. A hard landing though. And Corey Rummel in Ringling Bailey Circuit, he ensures that it's going to be pretty hard out here on freestyle. Keep in mind, our drivers must complete 30 seconds of their run to qualify for a score. They must complete 60 seconds, otherwise there'll be a 1-point deduction. So keep that in mind as well throughout these freestyles that you see out on the track. Corey Rummel and Ringling Bailey Circuit. Actually, now from my vision, it looks like a four-link bar and definitely the front housing shocks. We're going to move on to our second driver up. It is Caleb Blood, Sparkle Smash! Clock is paused at 53 seconds, but it looked like a pretty hard hit there for the front of
Let's hear for Caleb Blood, Sparkle Smash. Scoring is open, y'all. Judgeszone.com. Let's lock in those scores.
And yeah, there was a hard landing there for Caleb Blood and Sparkle Smash. Ends her run prematurely, but nonetheless, show her some love, Caleb Blood and Sparkle Smash. From your home state of Louisiana, there she is. Making her return back to Louisiana after about a 3 to 4 year hiatus. Making it back here to the Caesar Superdome. Scores are locked. Your score for Sparkle Smash is 7.566. Let's take a look at that replay brought to you by the original Super Glue. Caleb Blood and Sparkle Smash, your two-time Extreme Air Award winner. And there it is. You kind of see the hard landing from the kind of cartwheel. 50 seconds for Cole Bernard and Black Pearl. Lines up for the Morgan & Morgan backflip. Lands it with a little bounce, 23 seconds left.
Make some noise for Cole Bernard, Black Pearl. 20 seconds on the clock. Let's lock in those scores. Judgeszone.com.
Cole Bernard, Black Pearl throws down a nice freestyle run. Gets a big sky wheelie in there. Lands the Morgan & Morgan backflip as well. Loses the tailgate. And once he hits the backflip ramp, take a look at the super glue, glued to the action replay. You can use this replay to lock in those scores at judgeszone.com. You've got about 4 seconds left. Scores are locked. Your score to beat is Ringling Bailey Circuit 8.806. Your score for Black Pearl is 8.869. We got a new leader, Black Pearl. Cole Bernard and Black Pearl, now your score to beat on the top spot, 8.869. And we're going to get ready for our next driver up, Mike Christensen, Vendetta. .40 seconds left for Mike Christensen, Vendetta. He saves it! 18 seconds left on the clock.
Let's hear it for Mike Christensen, Vendetta. 20 seconds on the clock. Let's lock in those scores now.
Okay, Mike, throwing down a freestyle. Starts with the Morgan & Morgan backflip, over rotates but saves it, continues on his run, then goes into a momentum popper off the big ski jump, throws down one of the best freestyles we've seen for him this season. Scores are locked. Your score to beat is Black Pearl 8.869. Your score for Vendetta is 9.180. We got a new leader. Let's take a look at the Super Glue Glued to the Action replay. Take a look. It starts with the backflip, and then it looks like he's not going to be able to save it. Rolls over and is able to catch that front right tire. Able to continue on his run with less than 18 seconds left. And now he earns the top spot, 9.180. He is the score to beat. On deck, we still have Shell Shock, Megalodon, El Toro Loco, Zombie, Son of a Digger, Wildside, Tech Deck, Wreck Deck, and Gravedigger yet to freestyle here. Some really exciting freestyles so far, but Mike Christensen, Vendetta is now your score to beat. Our next driver up, Dalton Widener, Shell Shocked. Seconds left for Shell Shocked.
Let's hear it for Dalton Widener, Shell Shocked. 20 seconds on the clock, locking those scores now.
A good, solid freestyle here for Dalton Widener and Shell Shocked. Get those scores locked in as time is ticking down. You've got about 11 seconds left at judgeszone.com. Lands the backflip, get some nice momentum, use of the entire obstacle, the entire track. Time to see what those scores are. Scores are locked. Your score for Shell Shocked is 7.988. Let's take a look at the replay brought to you by the original Super Glue. We've got the Morgan & Morgan backflip, which he lands very nicely. Continues on his run, had that momentum popper off the ski jump as well. A lot of different elements there. Puts him currently in the 4th spot, 7.988. Our next driver up, it is John Gordon Megalodon.
Let's hear it for John Gordon Megalodon. 20 seconds on the clock. Locking those scores now.
John Gordon Megalodon does a backflip off the 8-pack backflip ramp, brought to you by Morgan & Morgan. A great run for John Gordon and Megalodon. Get those scores locked in at judgeszone.com for our 6th competitor here of our Monster Jam Freestyle competition. Score in. Your score for Megalodon is 8.839. Coming up next, we got Jamie Garner, El Toro Loco. 60 seconds left for El Toro Loco. Almost nothing left of that fiberglass body. We are at the 30-second clock. Lands a Morgan backflip. 5 seconds left.
Let's hear it for Jamie Garner, El Toro Loco. Celebrating 25 years in Monster Jam, El Toro Loco. What did you think? Locking those scores, judgeszone.com.
Absolutely nothing left of the fiberglass body from El Toro Loco. Completely sheds it off here during the freestyle competition. We got a yard sale going on now. Super glued to the action replay on the video board. El Toro Loco, Jamie Garner, showing some love to his son, Zach Garner, and Wildside. Scores are in. Your score for El Toro Loco is good enough for second, 8.895. Let's take a look where we stand in their freestyle competition. Mike Christensen and Vendetta is the score to beat. The only one so far in the nines, a 9.180. That is the score to beat. El Toro Loco now sitting in second. Black Pearl, Megalodon, Ringling Bailey Circuit, and Shell Shocked round out your top 6. We've done a little spring cleaning here. We're going to continue on here with our freestyle competition. Get those zombie arms moving for Barney McSauer, Zombie. 40 seconds left. Goes for the Morgan & Morgan backflip. Lands it. 35 seconds left.
Well, Bari Musauer, Zombie. 20 seconds on the clock, locking those scores, judgeszone.com.
Bari Musauer and Zombie absolutely sending it off of these ramps, getting some huge air. A great freestyle run for Bari Musauer and Zombie. Ends his freestyle, though, on the 8-pack backflip ramp. Get those scores locked in, judgeszone.com. Time is ticking down at judgeszone.com. You've got about 3 seconds left. Score to beat. It is an 8.869. Your score for Zombie is 9.149.
New Orleans, you know, since I'm a Louisiana boy and I used to live in New Orleans, I want to do something called roll call. Scream as loud as you can when I holla out your city. Let's start with Orleans Parish. Okay, all right. Let's go a little bit further. New Orleans East. Okay. West Bank. Kenner. Metairie. Okay. Who's here from the North Shore? Let's break that down. Mandeville. Ponchatoula. Oh, come on. Covington. Woo! All the way across the pond. Let's go a little bit further, okay? Slidell. Okay, all right, a little bit further. Laplace. All right. Let's see how far we can go now. Houma. Yeah. Thibodeau. Waveland. Okay. Biloxi. A little bit. All right. Let's see if we go way out there. Baton Rouge. The 2-hour drive. Okay, a little bit further. Lafayette. Wow. Okay. All right. One more. Let's see. Let's just do one. Let's see. I'm running out of options here. Let's try. Gretna. St. Charles. That's called roll call. Thanks so much, everybody. Scream if you're ready for more freestyle.
On the count of 3, I need all of you to scream Gravedigger. 1, 2, 3.
Let's hear it for Tyler Menega, Gravedigger. 20 seconds on the clock. Let's lock in those scores. Judgeszone.com.
Tyler Menega and Gravedigger throwing down a freestyle. Left 40 seconds on the clock, though, after the Morgan & Morgan backflip. And if we're going to take a look at that replay here, probably in just a little bit, he almost kind of goes in sideways, gets twisted a little bit. Let's take a look right here at the replay. Lines up and then just catches that back tire, and it looks like he kind of gets a little turned around. Scores are in. Your score for Gravedigger is... It is a 7.736.
Well, his truck is going to be hitting the track next. It is the crew chief for Tech Deck Rec Deck, Matt Del Santer. Now, Matt, let's kind of get into some more of the technical aspects of being a crew chief. Right now, for maybe some of our newer fans, they see you've got a headset on. How important is that communication with your headset, with the driver, whether out on the track for freestyle?
So honestly, in freestyle, I don't use it that much. I tell Bryce his time marks, and he goes out there and does his thing. Now tonight in racing, as everyone saw, the track was not great. So we were talking about lanes and lane selection and just trying to figure out a groove on how to make this track work.
This year, you and Bryce have had some of the biggest moments that we've seen in freestyle. An amazing backflip that you guys kind of named the kick flip. It kind of looks like that move that's done on a skateboard or on the fingerboards. You guys have had amazing saves. What has been some of the most exciting parts to freestyle, but also some of the biggest challenges for Tech Deck Rec Deck?
So let's be honest, you said it. The kick flip, that's the coolest thing we got going for us right now. But unfortunately, that move does do a lot of damage. And looking at the truck, you wouldn't believe it. Tech Deck Rec Deck is one of the hardest bikes to put together.
I know that sometimes going into freestyle, you guys kind of have a plan as to how you're going to approach the competition. What are your thoughts on it here today in New Orleans?
You know, I don't think I really want to say anything. I want the fans here to be a surprise, and I hope they are.
I love that. He's leaving it a surprise for all of you New Orleans fans. This truck hits the track next. It is Tech Deck Rec Deck.
Mike Christensen, Vendetta is the score to beat, 9.180. Right behind him, Barbie Sauer and Zombie currently sitting in second, 9.149. El Toro Loco and Jamie Gardner currently sitting in third. Black Pearl, Megalodon, and Ringling Bailey Circuit round out your top six. A big shout out to JCB, our official equipment provider of a Monster Jam, not only this weekend's Monster Jams, but all of them across the country and around the world. Let's take a look at the video board. Your St. Jude ambassador of the event is Tyler Menega and Gravedigger, with 21% of the donations going to his name. Congratulations to Tyler Menega and Gravedigger, and thank you to each and every one of you who donated to the families of St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. It is time for Bryce Kenny, Tech Deck Rec Deck.
Let's hear it for Bryce Kinney. Tech Deck, Rec Deck. Scoring is open. Lock in those scores. Judgeszone.com.
So we saw this with Tyler Menninga in Gravedigger, so it might be the trench box leading up that's getting all of these drivers twisted. It's now happened to Tech Deck, Rec Deck. Take a look at the video board right there. Gets twisted up and lands on that side. We kind of saw that same thing with Tyler Menninga and Gravedigger. That might be something to keep in mind for the rest of our drivers here during freestyle on that side of the Morgan & Morgan backflip ramp. Scores are locked in. Your score for Tech Deck, Rec Deck, 7.212.
All right, New Orleans, you've been hot all night. Let's give it up for the 2024 Racing World Champion, Zach Gardner, Wildside!
Whoa, Zach Gardner, wild side. Scoring is open, Judgeszone.com. Locking those scores.
Just to let you know, there will be a 1-point deduction in the scoring. Remember, our drivers must complete 60 seconds of their run. Otherwise, there will be a 1-point deduction. Let's take a look at the replay. Zach Gardner and Wildside goes sky high and then, wow, lands hard on that back rear and completely destroys the housing. Scores are locked. Your score for Wildside is 6.173.
Up in crew seating with the driver of Zombie, Bari Moosauer. And Bari, you and I were just watching the replay of Wildside, and as soon as he hits the air, he's kind of in this inverted angle, and I just hear you go, oh my gosh. Talk to us about what we just saw.
Yeah, you know, coming off that last jump he hit, before he hit that last one, there was actually a little bit of breakage before that. The rear steer was hung, so he was actually working with an actual truck that wasn't 100% anymore. So he was working with it good, but, you know, he hit a really aggressive ramp, and it shot that truck straight up in the air, and there's all that weight coming down on that corner, and he was just along for the ride at that point.
There has been some wild breakage when it comes to the freestyle competition tonight. There's a lot of opportunity out there because the track is so big, but it also seems like there's some booby traps, and the track is a little unforgiving in some spots.
Yeah, these tracks out here at Monster Jam are some of the best in the world. I mean, there's treacherous, there's some spots you got to look out for that you don't want to hit. That's why it's so important before we even get out here on the track to walk the track and study it. I eliminate jumps that I don't want to even touch for that reason alone. So, man, I was out there having fun. I wish I wouldn't have got stuck out there, but that was a lot of fun, too. I'm sure my buddies are going to, you know, razz me for that for a while, but it's all good. Jim Kohler, I got stuck, buddy. He gave Tyler Menninga a lot of flack for that a couple years ago, but I definitely got stuck. But we had a good time. New Orleans, did you guys have fun so far? Let me hear it!
We love the energy inside of the Caesars Superdome. How incredible has it been to be back in one of the most vivacious cities in America and to get to lay it down in front of these incredible New Orleans fans?
Oh, man, there's nothing in the world, and I'm telling you, I've been all over the world. There is nothing like New Orleans!
We are down to our final competitor here of our freestyle competition. Take a look at the video board. We are at 30 seconds for Ryan Anderson and Son of a Digger. Seconds left.
Make some noise for Ryan Anderson, Son of a Digger. 20 seconds on the clock. Last Monster Jam truck. What did you think? Lock in those scores.
This will come down to Ryan Anderson and Son of a Digger or Vendetta's Mike Christensen. The score to beat 9.180. That is the score to beat for Vendetta. Get those scores locked in at judgeszone.com. Scores are in. Your score for Son of a Digger is 9.242. Your winner freestyle, Ryan Anderson, Son of a Digger.
Ryan, congratulations. This is an iconic space for Monster Jam, and there are so many fans that have been coming to Monster Jam for 15, 20, 25 years that are here tonight. Were these fans the motivation behind that freestyle?
Absolutely, Casey. I have to steal the mic. Man, New Orleans, first and foremost. I don't know where this Louisiana swamp dirt come from, but this stuff is sticky tonight, baby. But you guys have created what we have today. Gravedigger has been here for almost 45 years for one reason and one reason only. You fans. Son of a Digger, 15 years this year because of you fans. You guys come out here, you spend your hard-earned money to see something crazy. And that is my only job, is to make sure your money is well spent out here at Monster Jam, because I'm going to get wild tonight. But my family's here. I love you guys. Little hey, my beautiful wife Chelsea, my father-in-law. I can't be happier right now. New Orleans is a legendary place, and you guys are 100% legendary fans. And all this stuff tore up only means one thing. I gotta ask you guys, who had a good time at Monster Jam tonight?
It is time to crown our BKT overall event champion with 27 points. It is Dalton Widener, Shell Shocked.
His second career Stadium Overall Event Championship. Dalton, I know that there have been times this year where it has been a fight to the finish. You've had moments of frustration, but does it all pay off taking home the Overall Event Championship tonight?
Oh, of course, man. This is completely unexpected on my part. I got done with my freestyle, and man, I felt like I had a pretty good run, but you know, the score wasn't there, and I was like, man, I don't know if I got that one or not, but they just come and got me from the locker room, and man, this is crazy. Thank you guys so much, New Orleans, for picking me to be your overall event champion, man. This is awesome.
Let's give it up for your overall event champion, Dalton Widener, Shell Shocked.
Congratulations one more time to Dalton Widener and Shell Shocked, our BKT overall event champion. It's time to wrap things up. Jabari, what was it like being back here in your home state?
I tell you what, there's no place like home. New Orleans, did you have a good time? Let me hear you scream, who dat? Yeah, who that say they're going to beat them Saints?
It is time to take a look at our series seasons points chase. Let's take a look at the video board. And look at that. It is Ryan Anderson and Son of a Digger back on top. He is leading our series seasons points chase. 6 points behind him is now Tyler Meninga and Grave Digger, Barbie Sour, and Zombie round out your top three. 36 points behind our leader. Hey, we get a weekend off, Jabari. So are you ready to go home?
I love it. I am ready to go back home, but let me tell you something though. Laissez le bon temps rouler.
It has been a great weekend here in New Orleans, one of my favorite stops. And of course, we are off this weekend. We will be back in 2 weeks in El Paso, Texas. So make sure you keep locked to monsterjam.com and of course, youtube.com/monsterjam for all of your series going on right now. On behalf of KCG and Jabari Thomas, I am Kay Young. We hope you have fun. We hope to see you in our next Monster Jam.